another episode of Audio Annihilation, the first one in 2019. I'm on the line here with Richie from Gravehuffer. Say hello to everyone, Richie.
Hey guys, gals, how's it going, man?
All right, so got some big news from Gravehuffer. A bunch of cool things going on for you. You've been recently signed to No Slip Records. Is this the first record label that you've been signed with, or you just take a better deal somewhere else from the last one? What's going on with that?
Yeah, we moved on from our previous label, which was Bluntface Records, and No Slip is got a little bit more, financial backing and things like that, and just a little bit. They've been around a little bit longer, and we just felt like it was the right move. So yeah, we're getting started with them, and we're recording a vinyl EP. We actually tracked drums Saturday night and last night,
All
and
right.
our vocalist and our bass player are tracking their parts today and tomorrow, and then I'll be starting my guitars next weekend. So yeah, we'll have it ready to go for them, and we've already got the artwork for it and everything, and so already got the vinyl color picked out, and so all we gotta do is get the music to them, and it'll be on its way.
Oh man, and I cannot wait.
Yeah,
I've been just playing the ever living shit out of your music since you sent it to me.
right
And
on, man. Thank you.
uh not that you asked, my favorite song, Reach Around Rambo.
Right on, dude. That's awesome. That was
that,
the first song
that
we ever wrote.
oh, for real? That's
Yeah, dude.
fucking
Yep.
cool. Now so do you all kind of have a hand in writing the music, or does somebody write, the basic outline and then people follow along? What's your writing process like?
Well, we all have a hand in it. One of us will have a riff or a part, and then the other one will contribute. And I mean, sometimes me or Mike, the bass player, will have a complete song and just say, "Hey guys, here's what I've come up with this. What can you guys add to it? That kind of thing." Um, and then James, he writes all the lyrics himself, although sometimes we'll suggest like a subject or something, but we let him have free reign on that. But
And
yeah,
James
man.
is vocalist.
Yeah, James. Yeah, he's the vocalist and lyric writer, and he writes some pretty cool shit, man. But yeah, Mike, and whichever drummer we have at the time, we just all get together and jam. So we're on our third drummer, but we're hoping
Yeah,
this guy
drummers,
sticks.
drummers can be difficult sometimes.
Yeah, it's been a tough road. Like our first drummer, Larry, he was with us from 2008 to like 2016. So
Oh wow.
yeah, I mean, and we had played in other bands with him, and then like in the late '90s and stuff. So it really sucked to have to move on from him. But he got a job where he was just on the road, like welding and stuff, and he'd be gone for like months at a time, and so he just couldn't do the band thing anymore. So it wasn't like a falling out or anything. It just physically was not there to do it. And we got another guy to play drums, and he didn't work out. And now we got this dude Casey. He's like half our age, but the dude's awesome, and he likes all different kinds of music. And we can't wait to start like writing new material with him.
Right on. And now this new one that's coming out, does it have a name? Have you released the name yet?
Well, what it is it's just two songs. It's going to be on a 7-inch vinyl, and it's basically going to have like two side A's or two side ones. There's not really like a side one and a side two because both the songs are they're equally badass in our opinion. So we got separate cover art for each song, and one side's going to be called Demon Face, and it's about this dude named Edward Mordrake. I think he was in the early 1900s or something. He had like this conjoined twin in the back of his head, and
Oh
like
yeah, I think I've heard of it before.
yeah, and so that's what that song's about. And then we have another song on the other side called Stalingrad's Cross, and that's about the Battle of Stalingrad. And yeah, we're we're history nerds, but yeah, dude, it's gonna be kick ass.
And so you mentioned that you've got some vinyl shipping out to you. Um,
Yeah,
what is that something that you've already released before, or
yeah, actually, yeah, that's the Your Fault album, and
okay?
it's we released it on CD. It's been about a year and a half ago, and maybe 2 years ago now. And when we signed with Bluntface, the deal was to release that on vinyl, and then Bluntface suggested to write two new songs to put on the vinyl, like as vinyl, like exclusive to the vinyl. So we did that, and actually the last song we wrote with our old drummer Larry is one of them. And then the guy we got before Casey, his name's Matt Browning, and we wrote a song with him. And that, we were hoping he was going to be our drummer, but anyways, he's on here. So it's kind of like the end of an era and the beginning of another kind of deal. But yeah, that vinyl has taken a year to get pressed. It took so long to do, and
Now it's finally coming in.
it's
All right.
finally coming in, yeah. And so Bluntface and us did a crowdfunding campaign and raised, like $4,500 for the thing. And we were able to get like red vinyl and all this extra shit with it. And we got
So
like a
this will be
CD.
your last blunt face release then?
Correct, yeah. Actually, our only Bluntface release. We
Okay.
self we Our other stuff we kind of self released through a really small label here called Reality Impaired, just kind of a friend of ours that kind of just helped us out with it.
All
Um,
right.
but yeah, we got those coming, and we got like a CD replica version of the vinyl. So like it looks just like the record. You pull the CD out, it looks like a record. It's kind of a cool little thing to go with it. And we got like stickers and buttons and patches and all kinds of shit we're gonna throw in for people that have had to wait so long for this thing. So hopefully it will make it worth their while.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Um, I've got to ask your band name. Uh,
Yeah.
what's up with Gravehuffer? How'd that come about?
It's funny you ask. When we started out in 2008, we actually used to be called Crom, and that's from the Conan the Barbarian movies.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we were called that for and from 2008 to 2012, and we changed it to Gravehuffer in 2012 because we were getting confused with a bunch of other bands called Crom, and so we decided to change it to Gravehuffer. And that name came from a friend of ours who had a band called Gravehuffer, and they never actually wrote music or recorded anything or played shows. They just, I guess, the project never materialized, and we always thought that name was wicked. So we asked him if we could use it, and he said, "Yeah, I just want free Gravehuffer merch for life." And so
Deal.
that was the deal. So he hasn't really held us to that, but yeah, we still give him stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of shows, you guys got a pretty big one coming up. You want to tell the listeners where you'll be playing?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of stuff coming up before this big one, but one I would really want to draw attention to is the Topeka Metal Fest. It's the Topeka Metal Fest Capital Invasion 7. So this is the seventh annual show for this particular fest, and it's in Topeka, Kansas, kind of right in the middle of the country. So it's at this place called the
Yeah,
Jayhawk.
I lived out in Manhattan, Kansas, like 5 years ago. So
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're down. You know what's up. And
yeah,
so yeah, we're playing there in Topeka at this place called the Jayhawk Theater. And I guess the theater was like, I don't know if it was shut down for a while or they were having problems with it. So this festival was put together to help like renovate this theater. And so that's we're proud to be a part of that. But dude, the bands that are playing this thing, it's a 2-day fest. I mean, there's probably 36 bands playing this thing, and
all
it's gonna.
right,
I mean, it's gonna start like at noon or 1 o'clock, and then go to one, and it's like at 12 hours each day. And so,
yeah,
yeah, dude. I mean, it's just gonna be full on. And this theater is this beautiful old historic theater, and it'll be easily be the biggest place we've ever played. So I mean, we're pretty excited about it, and a couple of our like endorsers have helped chip in, and we're with this company called Sinister Guitar Picks, and they're making like a custom Topeka Metal Fest guitar pick for this. And so
Sweet.
yeah, they're like I think 1,000 of them are going to be printed up, and so yeah, it's going to be a really cool deal, man. Definitely.
All right. Now, you guys are very much on the grindy side of death metal.
Yeah.
And with, grindcore, it's kind of hard to, stick out from other bands.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys do a pretty good job of that. You guys are kind of all over as far as your sound goes, like everything from like that mathcore sound to some old school death metal riffs. And what I guess what I'm trying to get at here is what are your main influences? Like which bands would you say influence you the most?
Yeah, that's a good question because like every one of us has completely different influences from the other guys in the band. Like I'm more of a like classic metal guy, and I like and death metal too, thrash, that kind of thing. Like for me, like my Judas Priest is like one of my favorite bands of all time. So I like play a lot of like riffy stuff, and I love Black Sabbath. And then I get into like Morbid Angel and Godflesh and just weird stuff too, like that, Napalm
Oh
Death,
yeah.
and Brutal Truth, the grindy stuff. And our bass player, he's more of like a punk rock guy. So he's into like, Suicidal Tendencies and Sex Pistols, Ramones, all the way to like underground crust like Nausea and Dystopia and Phobia, stuff like that. Our singer's kind of a little bit of both. He likes Gore and Mastodon and stuff like that. And then our drummer, he's a younger kid, so he even brings another influence that none of us really have. So he's into more of the modern stuff that maybe we aren't as familiar with. So, but he still gets down with some of the older bands and stuff too. So it's just like a big melting pot, and then we all get together and you.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
No,
My bad.
Oh no, it's like this big melting pot, and then we all get together, and it just sounds like us. It
Yeah,
is. It's
it
weird.
really works too. It
Thanks,
really
man.
does.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when this new one's released, it's gonna be strictly vinyl when it first comes out, or how's that gonna work?
Um. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna be I mean, it'll probably be like a vinyl with a download card or something. I'm not sure if we're gonna do CDs of it or not. We might do like if we do a CD version, what we were thinking about doing is doing like the 2 EP songs and then maybe do a couple of covers or something just to make it worth the person's time that's going to plop down $5 for a CD or whatever.
That'd be
So,
pretty sweet. I would
so
very much like to hear what Gravehuffer's version of some other songs. That'd be pretty cool.
yeah, and we've already got them picked out for the most part. Like we're gonna do a Motorhead song. We're gonna do I think we're gonna do a Sabbath song, Black Sabbath, and then Venom. What else? I'm trying to think what else. Like a Minor Threat song, and it seemed like there was one other one, but yeah, I mean it's just like all this old school shit. But and maybe, I think a Napalm Death song. Oh, we were also talking about doing a Devo song.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're just like we want to take something that's like totally non-metal and see what we can do with it.
I Wow. I myself can't wait to hear it.
Right on, dude.
I,
Thanks.
I'll definitely be putting in an order when that comes out.
Right on, right on.
All right. Did I miss anything here? I think I got everything you wanted to talk about. Uh, I had a whole list of questions that I wanted to ask you, and for the life of me, I can't find this piece of paper.
Right on.
Um,
Hey, it's all good.
is so how long has Gravehuffer been a band? How long have you been doing this project?
Well, since 2008. So I mean, we're going on 10 years now.
Right on.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And you've been in it since its inception, like from the
Yeah.
beginning?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, it's been me, Mikey, our bass player, and James, the singer. It's been us three constantly. And then, like I said, we had Larry, the original drummer, for the first 8 years, and then we had another drummer for a year, and then we got Casey now. So
Right on. Something that you guys do a little bit different from other grind projects is I've noticed you've got the usual grindy, kind of humorous songs, and then you guys
hmm
also do like some more of the serious bit. Um,
yeah,
uh, I guess there's not really a question here. I just wanted to tell you that I think that's really cool.
thanks,
I
man.
myself, I myself sing for a grindcore project, and
Oh
we
yeah,
stick to mainly the humorous bit.
yeah,
Our title track for the EP that we're gonna be releasing is about eating Mexican food. Uh,
nice.
or as the last line of the song goes, this close to the border, we just call it food.
Right, nice. Oh yeah, you're in San Diego, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
And where we practice at is like 10 minutes away from the border.
Oh, cool, cool.
So I guess is there a reason that you decided to go both ways there, or you just it just kind of happened that way?
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of happened that way. I mean, we kind of let how we're feeling dictate what we're gonna write about. So like some days we're in a like maybe we're in a weird goofy mood. Some days we're in like a kind of an angry, pissed off mood. Some days we're in kind of a weird mood. Whatever mood we're in is gonna dictate what we write. So it's kind of like I guess part of that comes from being older, more old school musicians. Sometimes bands had back then, you know, bands would have like some songs that were more lighthearted and some songs were pretty serious and some of them were like a mind fuck, or something. So you just never knew what you're going to get. And I think that's just kind of been our motto, our MO as we've went along, just however we're feeling is just kind of what comes out.
Right on. Well, I'm going to let you go now.
Right
I
on.
want to make sure that there's enough room in my show. I want to play two Gravehuffer songs for this episode here.
Okay.
So I'm cutting kind of close to the time. So again, sorry I totally dropped the ball and forgot to do this, last month like we were supposed to.
Oh, it's
Um,
all good, dude.
but it has been a pleasure speaking to you, Richie. Thank
Same
you
here, man.
again for the awesome, awesome music. And is there anything else you'd like to say to the fans before I let you go?
I just want to thank everybody that listens to Metal Public Radio for the support and everybody that's been working at Metal Public Radio behind the scenes for the support and Joseph and Sky and all you guys for helping us out because you guys have been huge supporters of ours and we just want to let you know that we very much appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. You have a good day, Richie.
You too, man. Take it easy.
Metal or die.